Hey folks, Sherry here. So much awaited to do. Let's jump right into it. Plastic surgery story number 101. You guys, I get it. Sometimes these plastic surgery trips are divorce trips. They're breakup inspired, divorce inspired. They are supposed to be there to build your confidence. A lot of times you get guys you get amped about these trips. Why? Because you're coming to the DR, you're going to get your body done. You have a lot invested, right? And I get all of that. But if you're going to use this trip as one of those wild out / get my body done trips, you are really setting yourself up for so many things you have no idea possible. Listen, let me tell you a little story. You ready? Get ready for this. You got to hear this. So when I first started doing recovery here in the Dominican Republic, it was a while ago. I want to say like almost 7 years ago now. And when I first started receiving patients out here, I didn't have a whole lot of people. I really didn't have a team. And so I started reaching out to some of the people that I knew and just people that I knew and asking for referrals and stuff like that. And so somebody sent me a driver. And I had this driver who was really good, and he worked out for me the few times that I had people here. And so there was a point in time where I needed another staff person. I needed a cook, and I asked him if he could find me a cook, and he brought me a girl. I really don't invade my staff's privacy, and I don't really ask too many questions. And he really didn't offer too much information. He told me, that he would find somebody for me. He told me, I have somebody for you. He brought her, and she worked out. It worked really well. She was a great, great cook. Oh my God, there were so many things that I didn't know when I first started doing this. You guys, so first thing is, the drivers are never your friend. Let's just put it like that. Especially when, none of the staff people really are your friend, ever. They're here to take care of you, but they're here because they're doing a job. Nobody's really your friend, okay? Remember that. That is the point of this story. Because again, these situations can put you in a bad spot. Listen up. Being somebody that works at the house, she's there all the time and has consistent contact with the patients, right? Okay, get this part. The first and main thing is, I know it was his wife. I wasn't ready. Maybe some of it was my fault, but I definitely wasn't ready. Y'all, my patient, it comes her day to come to surgery, and what happens? Well, not to come to surgery, to come to the country, right? So she is hitting me up, telling me she's getting ready, she's excited, blah, 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 blah. She's coming. So she gets here to this country, and the driver picks up at the airport like normal. Nothing yet is different. Except for that, I noticed that from the time that the airport pickup was scheduled to the time that she's supposed to probably get to my house, a lot of time has passed, and she's not here yet. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I'm not really getting a response from anybody. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Long story short, hours and hours and hours passed, and it turned out that the patient and the driver ended up booking an Airbnb that night and ended up staying together, getting drunk, and stayed together in the Airbnb overnight. You guys, you already know the problem, right? Now, none of this is my business. Remember that none of this is my business. I mind my business. This has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. And typically, it would have nothing to do with me, except for she works in my house. Now, the interesting thing is that the patient is not really telling me what's going on, and the driver is not really telling me what's going on either. But I'm talking to the wife, and the wife is telling me like something is funny. And so obviously I'm connecting the dots, and I'm like, oh my God, this is not happening. Fine. Fast forward the whole time, I don't really approach the situation because I just don't want to make it awkward. The patient doesn't say anything. The patient is like, well, whatever, she's happy, she's there, she's home, the whole nine. But the whole 2 weeks, this patient had to deal with the wife, who ended up being the cook and the person that was assisting with like some of the domestic stuff during the time that she was staying there. It was completely foul. It was a bad situation. I ended up having to switch the cook out because I just didn't feel like it was a appropriate situation to maintain. And honestly, if at any point in time the wife had figured out that this was not what it was and that they were together and that whatever else had gone on, it could have been really, really ugly, especially with her just having surgery and being in a vulnerable situation and being in another country. So you guys, moral of the story, if you come out here, make sure that you're not messing with nobody's man. Make sure that you're not messing or you know what they say, don't poop where you eat. Don't play around. If you're coming out here for surgery, make sure that you're coming out here ready to have surgery, ready to do your thing, ready to stay focused, not trying to drink, not trying to get pregnant, and anything else, because I've had girls get pregnant during pre-op, and that is a whole other story. So make sure you tune in. But you guys, stay tuned. If you like these types of stories, comment below, let me know. And if you want to submit a story and you want us to post it, let us know. We're happy to to post it. But like I said, with this girl, everything was fine. She ended up going home. There was no drama. I don't think anybody ever figured anything out. And it's been years since then. So, yeah. Stay tuned for story number 102.